I would like to introduce Joy, who's the co-founder of the Studio90ies, who have also launched the SADBUNZ NFT collective. Hello, Joy. How are you doing today?
Hello, Zach. I'm doing well, and I want to just say hello to everyone who made it to this live stream event today. I know that there's been so much work and energy that's been put in from the organizers of this event, so I just wanted to say thank you. I'm so grateful to be here. Yeah.
Actually had a really good turnaround. I just checked on the YouTube channel, there's about 478 people there, and on via the LinkedIn we've got another like 500-600 people, which is insane, right? This is exactly what we want going into the metaverse, more people educating themselves and learning about this. So could you tell everyone, right, how did you get involved in NFTs, Joy?
So the way that my Guy-Jonathan Kazumba and I got into NFTs actually started with us catching the news early enough for us to seriously look at NFTs as something really worthy and interesting enough to take the time to try to understand and learn as much about. And our background, we're both qualified entrepreneurs. We both met at the University of Buckingham undergraduate degree in business enterprise, which is one of the few venture creation programs of its kind offered at an undergraduate level. So fundamentally, from the practical types of skills that you would require to set up a business, we were both trained in. And so therefore, something like NFTs being presented to us both as these opportunists always looking for the next way to really pursue something interesting. NFTs in our puzzle prior to entering into NFTs, we were very focused on new concept, luxury good product development, as well as luxury fashion, garment creation, and so on. But of course, in light of all of the turmoil that's been going on a global scale to do with supply chain disruptions and whatnot, it made most sense to us at the time too, and the time where we formally shifted to move from being in the physical goods to moving exclusive assets was in June. And ever since then, we have been full-time NFT. What came from that was the founding of our 3D centralized art studio, Studio90ies, our first novel NFT collector's game, collectible figurine is SADBUNZ, and it's been an extreme success so far. The game is a slower type of NFT project, which is a bit different to the other types of louder, quicker kind of projects like a Board Yacht Ape Club and so on. But interestingly enough, at the moment, we are both the marketing directors of a very interesting ER721 tokenized NFT project called Cyborg Crypto Elite, which is also going to be this month, actually towards the end of this month. And it's just been really exciting because in addition to that, we've also founded a publisher, which will be launching this month formally too, called NFTpreneur, which is dedicated to literally helping us do what the kind of mainstream press isn't really able to do at the moment. And it's dedicated to connecting buyers or anyone who might be interested in collecting NFT art or learning about more micro artists, as well as, you know, rising talent and bigger artists connections on all different layers of accomplishment in the space and just maturity and how long they've been in the game. But yeah, NFTpreneur is really dedicated to helping us give the movement a voice. And this will all be launching very soon. And it'll also provide news on events, and really just be a very well-constructed space for all things NFT, crypto, blockchain, metaverse, to try to help basically inform people more on what it is that NFTs are, and to really help people see how this is such an incredible for people to seize independence if you're really willing to learn and you're willing to onboard. Because the thing about NFTs, which is quite fascinating, is traditionally there are barriers of entry to enter into particular realms. Even with blockchain, right? Prior to NFTs, it wasn't necessarily something that just anyone could do without really, really learning and really, really qualifying themselves. But with NFTs, it's interesting because if you're able to understand how NFTs, in whatever way your skills might possibly complement, maybe you're not doing it alone, but you could become a very valuable extension of an organization. Let's say you have a background in graphic design or so on. You didn't really have anything to do with blockchain, but that doesn't mean that you wouldn't be an absolutely desirable candidate in an organization which requires someone who could do graphical type of designs and so on. And then they take over kind of the back end part that maybe a graphic designer would not feel so confident in. So yeah, there's so much to talk about with how NFTs are really giving people that chance to become independent and to become NFTpreneurs.
That was fantastic. I really appreciate that. And that's what we try to do as an organization, just to let people know that anyone can get involved in this space. If you have skills that are transitionable, right, you can adapt them to the NFT space, right? So that was fantastic. Is there any advice that you could give to anyone who would like to get involved in the industry?
Advice number one, learn. Learn. It's a part of your daily to-do list of what you need to do if you want to keep up with this space, because it's a fast-paced game. So that's kind of a part of it too. You have to be prepared to understand that if you're not keeping up with the NFT space as well as the blockchain space in general, and you're not really serious about fully submerging in, it will be difficult to really monetize in a potentially astronomical kind of way, which, a lot of people have seen other people achieving through, in this case, let's say selling NFT art, but that's like kind of like let's say that's the early adopters way of getting into NFTs. I see NFTs as forming a very integral part and layer for different ways, for different reasons. It's not restricted to art in any way. So that's just to put that out there too, that, again, it's more if you're motivated to transform your life, because that was literally what Guy and I did. We were looking at how we were going to be coordinating one of our first fashion collections, which we were going to produce. And the next thing we knew was we were completely pivoting to try to attempt to do the same thing, but within how Studio90ies emerged as a production house, which we use to collaborate with other artists. It's also an artist collective, which enables globally positioned creators who are currently defining the modern day Renaissance era that we arguably find ourselves in again, to really stand out, but to also connect, because as a collective, you'll move forwards in this. But if you are doing this alone, that's the other thing. And you need to be prepared to wear multiple hats, because you're not just an artist in this space. If maybe art is your path, you need to be ready to treat it like a business, even though it's not a physical good. It's just like running a business. It's just different because the supply chain disruptions, for example, don't affect you anymore. And it's just a much more seamless, dynamic place to be right now. I'm really grateful that I'm in NFTs and not physical goods, if I'm being very honest.
That's fantastic. And I've just seen on the YouTube chat, a few people have just said, I've checked out SADBUNZ on OpenSea and they look incredible. I may buy some. So I'm happy that you came on, right? That's fantastic. So look, Joy, it's been an absolute pleasure, just like everyone else. If anybody would like to get in contact with Joy, the links are in the description below. Enjoy the rest of your day, Joy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a great honor.
Thank you.